Good afternoon once again. This is Malcolm. This is Wicket Cricket, and of course, the bumper one quarterfinals are here. Let's check out these highlights. And well, I think the biggest talking point about the quarterfinals is the first quarterfinal between South Africa and Sri Lanka. First of all, a sad way to see two of the greats of cricket go away the way they did. Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene of Sri Lanka. Thank you for the memories. Those two were not only great for Sri Lankan cricket, but for international cricket. But, of course, the biggest talking point, South Africa, my goodness, what a performance in that first quarterfinal. We've seen fire. We've been talking about Protea fire before the World Cup, during the World Cup, and I think the first quarterfinal, we have seen the Protea fire in action. That was magical. That was great. Like usual, he's in the house. It's subs.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another edition of Wicket Cricket. And let's just get straight into it. Malcolm,
Yeah.
great performance by the boys in a high-pressure match. Your thoughts, please.
You know what? I think I just said it earlier on. Is that we've been talking about the Protea fire, and I think for the first time we've seen Protea fire, and I'm glad for a guy like Quinton de Kock. 78 runs, winning runs. I'm glad.
Yes, of course, Quinton finally came to life. What did you think he changed? Any aspect of his game? What little twitch happened?
Look, I think
performance?
obviously AB spoke a lot about how the boys were on fire. They were much more ready to play this time around, and I think for Quinton specifically, the score allowed him to play the way he did. It wasn't a big score, so he could just go there and be free.
What do you think the squad, overall, what do you think they did right this time?
I think a whole lot of Protea fire. I don't think it's anything magical from what they did. They just came there. They looked like they are ready to win the World Cup. I mean, it's too early. It's a bit too early to be talking about whether we can win or we will win. But I think they now look like the team that we all know they can be.
Would you say we're clear-cut favourites though?
South Africa's favourites
to win the World Cup?
Look, I've always believed that South Africa is favourites to win the World Cup. Looking at their team, it's an amazing team. We've got great talents. We've got great batsmen, great bowlers. The balance is right. Technically, maybe not the best in terms of certain aspects of the game, but I mean, if you look at Quinton de Kock, is still inexperienced, and Riley Rousseau. But I still think the team is very much well balanced in terms of playing the semi-finals and finals.
And what about the bowling performance today?
Look, I've always said, I think you remember when we had some great drawings on the board. I've always spoke about bowling the bouncer with the Asian teams, and it proved again. Yes, it's the spinners that bowled well. They also bowled well, taking nothing away from Imran Tahir and JP Duminy. But I think it was well set up by the quicks. They bowled a lot of bouncers. It was something amazing to watch.
Well, with all due respect to the West Indies, yes, the Proteas, of course, are likely to face the on fire New Zealand. How do you see that one going, should it happen?
You know what, the thing is, I've said in the first game, I mean not the first game, the first episode of Wicket Cricket, that New Zealand, we've always had one over New Zealand in New Zealand. So I'm confident South Africa, they can face anyone in the world. They can beat anyone, and I tell you what, I'm not too worried who they beat and who they don't beat. as long as we get to the final, as long as we lift that trophy for the first time.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Make sure to catch the Proteas. Of course, they're still in the running to win the Cricket World Cup. And well done to our boys today for another great performance. And I'm going to close today by just taking a moment to congratulate Tommy Oosthuizen for a fantastic performance, beating Ryan the Lion Liebenberg for the IBO Light Heavyweight Championship. And of course, don't forget to catch Sports Planet. And again, thank you to my man Malcolm.
Mr. Subs, I thought you were not going to talk about the big gun, but he did. Tommy Gunn, you was excited all week, but anyway, let's go.
All right.
Cheers.